Okay, so I've been tagged in this exotic pets Q&A jobby by Adam, and that's Lilad the Invertebrarian and the Little Wee Man, and he's challenging me on the old assassin bugs. So, jump straight in this. We'll go, what's question one? Favourite thing about assassin bugs? Yeah, honestly, it's a bit of a weird one to answer. Really, I don't really know. They just they're good fun to watch. They always crack me up when you're feeding them because they just remind me of like a drunk person trying to eat. They're just like all over the place. They're pretty bomb proof. They really are hard to get wrong on, fuck up. Basically, they're pretty solid species. So yeah, that'll be question one. Going on to question two. How many do I own? I've got 4 species at the moment. I've got the white spot, I have the red spot, I also have the Horrida, and on its way I have the species Mombo coming from Bugs UK. So yeah, they should be here probably about the time I manage to get the video done. So today's Tuesday evening, so they're coming Friday. So yeah, be about then. As for actual individuals, pass. I don't know. Tons. I've probably had around 250 white spot nymphs this year and counting. Yeah, the rest of my stock isn't really breeding. They're still a bit young. But this time next year, I'm going to have them coming out my ears. There'll just be tons everywhere. So, yeah. There we go. Number 2. And we go on to question 3, which is show an assassin bug. So, I don't know how else it's going to go. I don't know how well you can see the here, me free handling the phone because it's rubbish. Bunch of white spot nymphs, different sizes. See if I can get a better shot of some rather than going mental and running everywhere. There's a fat little one running around. Probably really cheesed off being out in the light, but it won't be for long. Yeah, so see if we can get some adult shots. Okay, let's try and get a shot of my adults. I don't have many. They breed like wildfire. Okay. This is where I get bitten, which is not going to be cool. Hopefully not. Go away. Get away. Let's put you there. Oh, cool. There we go. So, there's a couple, 3, I can't count, it's been one of them days. There's some white spot assassin bugs. I'm not going to say the scientific name because I can't and I always butcher it and I make myself look like a dick, so I'm going to settle for the pleb term today. Cool. Okay, question 4. Name a YouTuber I'd like to see one. I don't really talk to many other YouTubers. For us, LZ channel's quite new. I'm still getting to the community. I don't know how far this will go. But going around the usuals I watch would probably be Mark's Tarantulas. Always impressed with the setups, and I think the assassin bugs just add something that's a little different. And in a nice setup, they can just look pretty cracking, especially when it's feeding time. You get some really nice shots, some really. I think it'd just be really nice, and compared to most of the steps Mark's got, they'd look good. So yeah, that'll be question 4. Number 5. Recommend a seller of assassin bugs. Um, Pretty easy one. For me, I'll go to Blake at Invert World. Pretty solid guy, really nice bloke. Usually has pretty good stuff in. Um, Other than that, Martin at Bugs UK usually has a pretty variety, and then Virginia Cheeseman as well also has some pretty good stuff in usually. Um, Failing that, World of Assassin Bug Group usually has quite a few private sellers on there as well. Um, Private seller wise, Chris Cox, if you want Horrider, pretty bang on, nice bloke. Um, yeah, that's number 5. I don't really know many other, at least in the UK, um, that do assassin bugs at the moment. They are becoming more popular, thanks to a lot of people bringing them to shows, which is great. So hopefully they'll see a lot more around soon. Number 6. If I could own any species, what would it be? I've kind of got your main bread and butter species now. So any dream species now would probably be, I'm going to completely butcher this name, would be the Acanthaspis petax, which is the assassin bug that preys predominantly on ants and will actually put the bodies of the dead on its back as a, not so much a visual camouflage, but like a chemical camouflage, and it will just literally just sit to the entrance of an ant's mound and just pick them off one by one, and the ants are none the wiser because it stinks of ants. And it's, to me, the true embodiment of an assassin bug, literally assassinating in blind view of everything. It's just quality to watch. Pretty sure they've been featured in quite a few sort of invert-based documentaries, maybe like the more popular BBC type ones. Probably seen them there, but they are the creme de la creme, in my opinion, of assassin bugs, and would love to have one, but I can imagine keeping them in captivity would be a pain in the ass. So, pain in the ants, hey. But yeah, that would be cool, but we can all dream, eh? Number 7. Biggest mistake with assassin bugs. This is going to sound a bit of a dick, but I don't think I've really made any. Everything's ran pretty smooth, really, with assassin bugs. Not had any failures at all. Had a few nymph deaths, which is expected when you're breeding and they breed so many. The only thing I can say that's a bit of a failure is my Horrider enclosure. It's just too high up. It's a pain. I can't get to it, and yeah, kind of fucked that one up, which I need to be moving around. It's sort of about almost head height, so I need ladders to get into the enclosure. So when they start breeding, yeah, it's just going to be a failure, because I can see myself either falling into it or knocking it off and just having stuff everywhere, and I think the missus will kick me out. So yeah, we need to sort that one out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of hard to sort of go wrong with assassin bugs. They're pretty bomb proof. The only times you really get anything go wrong is with, I've had a couple where they've molted and I'm assuming deemed weaker by the rest of the colony, and they just get eaten. I've seen that a couple of times now, which sucks. But it happens. Yeah, nothing too major, so pretty lucky so far. So fingers crossed we stay lucky, because when stuff goes wrong, it's an absolute pain in the ass, and yeah, pain in the ass is not good. Question 8. Are they suitable for beginners? Definitely. If you want to go down to the basics, white spot, assassin bugs, I'm going to give it a shot. P. bigutatus. Pretty bomb proof, pretty good. They're super cheap to pick up. Couple of quid each. Most places are selling them for. Yeah, and you can just get yourself a nice big colony, and then they're just self-sufficient colonies. I just chuck food in mine. bunch of red runner roaches, and they're good. That's pretty much it. They are super simple. Obviously, they do have a venomous bite, so not been bitten. Can't tell you how much it hurts. Don't want to find it out. Apparently, they can spray. I've heard it's read that they can spray the venom. Not seen it happen ever. I've annoyed them quite a bit moving around. A lot of people will keep them and let their eggs hatch in the colony. I don't. I don't know why I don't. I just do it my way. I remove all the eggs probably once a week. Every 2 weeks, I'll go through the enclosure, take the adults out. I've only got, for white spot at the moment, 6 adults, I think. It's quite a small colony. Take them out, and I'll sift out all the stuff, all the substrate. Take the eggs out, put them in a separate enclosure. I can keep them a bit more humid. Hatch out. Had really good success rate this year. Like I said, I've had 6 adults, probably counting 260, 270 mark and alpha nymphs that have hatched. Still got more hatching every day, near enough. It's starting to slow down a bit now. I haven't been through the enclosure though, so I don't know how many more eggs I'm going to find, or if any have hatched that I've missed. I just find it easier feeding wise, really. I don't have to keep chucking in mixed size of prey. I can just handful of adult roaches, chuck them in the adults, job done. Babies I use like fruit fly, smaller prey items for now, and as they get big, obviously you increase the prey. I just find it a lot more successful, more tedious. Again, it is a bit of a pain, but I just seem to have a pretty good success rate doing it that way. So also, I can imagine if you have a massive colony, not really practical, but small colonies, pretty good way to work it, I think. So yeah, that would be a very long-winded number 8. So cool. And question 9. Filming this on a different day. As you see, I'm sat in a different place. Actually, it's on the floor. What was I doing? Question 9. Yes. Challenge another channel. I'm going to challenge Bluegrass Inverts. I want to say thank Adam for this one. I really struggled to find somebody that hadn't A, already done a channel, or B, had a varied collection for it to be worth doing the challenge in the first place. So Adam helped sort this one out for us, so cheers buddy. So we're going to challenge Bluegrass Inverts to talk about their centipedes. Centipedes are awesome. Something I'm still really new at. I've got a few now, and they are absolutely nuts. They're just, I don't know if it's just the ones I've got, or if the lovely fella Chris Cox sold me a faulty lot, because they just hate me, and they will just try and kill me every time I go near them. I should probably do a video on them because it's quite funny. They just go absolutely ballistic. So yeah, Bluegrass Inverts, centipedes. That'll be fun. I love centipedes. Thank you. Yeah, cool. I thought I saw something move then. That was weird. I don't know. You're sitting down here. I can see stuff moving in the background. I think thinking stuff's got out. Cool. Number 10. Ask a question, and I'm assuming it's the answer to the question that Adam asked me. Animal tattoos. I do already have a couple. I have a stereotypical wolf on the chest job, which is pretty old and pretty pants now, and I have a really, not really badly, I'll say slightly unfinished P Metallica tattoo on my arm. But if I could have any animal tattoo done, I have sort of been thinking about this for a while now, and I'd probably go for a Gaboon Viper, really, and possibly like a sleeve piece or a shoulder piece. I think the Gaboon Viper is just the shape, the patterns, and the colouring in it is just phenomenal, and I think it would make a really good tattoo, especially on me, because the bright colours don't really stick with me. They go patchy, and it just looks shite, really, to be honest. That's the trouble I've had with the Metallica, the blues and yellows. Yellow hates me with a passion. It just despises me. It never stays. And the blue's gone really patchy. So I'm gonna have to get it either completely redone or covered. I think, because it just looks awful. Well, in my opinion. So yeah, it would be a nice Gaboon Viper in the typical S pose, maybe into some leaf litter sort of thing, typical sort of hunting, wait and see type thing. Yeah, that'd be number 10, part 1.